Hey there, Box and Whisker Plots Part 2. In our next set, you'll notice that I put odd/even in the corner, and that's because this set of data has an odd amount of numbers in it, but there's also something even. So we're going to start the same way. Number one, we're going to make sure that our list of numbers are in order. Then we're going to cross them off the same way we did before, working our way to the middle and finding the median. First step is finding the median. So our median is 9. So median. Then we're going to find the median of all of the numbers below that, the median of all the numbers above that. And so you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the numbers below the median this time are even. So I'm going to start crossing off towards the middle. And what you're going to notice is there's actually 2 middle numbers. So I'm not going to box off the 8 or the 9. I'm going to find the average of 8 and 9, which would be 8.5. That's going to be my lower quartile. On the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, also an even set. So when I start crossing them off, I'm going to find that there's not 1, but 2 middle numbers. There's an 11 and a 12, which are not going to get boxed. They are going to be in between the 11 and 12, the average 11.5. That's going to be my upper quartile. So in my 5-number summary, I'm going to have blank, 8.5, 9, 11.5, and then another blank. Remember, those 2 blanks were saved for our lower extreme 6 and our upper extreme. Pretty sure that was a 16. And so now I've got the 5 numbers that I need. I'm going to draw a number line. I'm going to start down here at 4, 5, 6, skipping lines, only labeling every other. Just makes it a little easier to try to fit everything in. I made my number line a little longer than I needed to. 6 being our first number, 8.5 right here, then 9 right next to it, then 11.5, then 16. So the 3 numbers in the middle make the box. And if you want, you can put the 8.5 in a box and you can put the 11.5 in a box, but you'll notice that the double numbers that were the 2 middle numbers, they don't get boxed in. And then we draw our segments out to the whiskers. We always label the dots, so 6, 8.5, 9, 11.5, and 16. That way anyone trying to read our box and whisker plot can do so. Now, what you'll notice on here, just like on the first one, is that the sections are not all the same size. We've got this teeny tiny section here between 8.5 and 9. And if we look back up at the top, do you guys notice that there's a whole lot of 9s in this list? Well, when you get little teeny tiny sections, that's because there is a cluster. There's a set of numbers that are really tightly grouped together. So anytime you get a really, really tiny section on a box and whisker plot, that's because the original set had a cluster. Anytime you get something kind of longer like this, a long section that's significantly different than the other sections, that's because you have some sort of gap or spread of numbers. So up here we had 12, 13, 14, 16. Those numbers were much more spread out. Not a huge gap in this case. So in this case, we might say gap or just a wide spread. So anytime you see smaller or larger sections, that usually signifies something about the original set of data.